All right, so Lightyear, man, they decide to make it because they're like a soulless corporation. Actually, they're to be honest, this one was created out of a sense of like passion. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this dude Angus MacLean shepherded this project. He had been an animator with Pixar since A Bug's Life in 1998, like or 97, I think he joined the company. And and then in 2000 he was one of like the like the developers of the Buzz Lightyear of Star Command TV show. Okay?
Okay.
And Buzz is sort of like his dude. He like that's his favorite Pixar character because he is like a big Star Wars nerd, I guess. Um so this dude like continues working with Pixar for years, and apparently every few years he would pitch this fucking Lightyear movie.
This guy sounds like a nightmare.
I know. I I was reading this and feeling the exact same
I
way.
would not be friends with this guy.
No, this guy, I mean, he must be a hell of an animator.
I would work on whatever he's not working on.
Yeah,
Give
yeah.
give me Wally and give me Coco. I don't want to work with this
Is
guy.
he on Wally? Fine, I'll take fucking Cars too. I don't care.
That's good.
Uh, so he then they're like, all right, well, let's give him an opportunity to direct and see like how he manages. All right, so he co-directs Finding Dory,
Yes.
I guess, with Andrew Stanton.
Did you see that one?
I did, and it's not a bad movie. It's it's Soulless Hollywood sequel,
It's not that good.
but you know what, like a Finding Nemo sequel, like already I was like, how's that gonna be? And then it's like focusing on the Ellen character, who's like the most annoying character from the first one.
I
Like
was
it
interested
could have
in that.
been
Her
bad. Like
finding herself. That intrigued me.
yeah, I just felt like that movie could have been really bad, and it wasn't.
The last bit, the last action scene is pretty bad. Like they're on a
Yeah, I
highway. It's
it's
really
because a
terrible.
fish is driving a car, dude. It's exactly how I
Fine,
feel about
fine.
these Toy Story movies. You can't have these fucking things driving cars.
That's different.
I can't drive a car.
Oh, that's
I
why
don't
you
know how
can't.
to drive a car, so I don't believe that a toy can or a fish can.
Yeah, it's hard for you.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Why? Because you can do
I've
it.
seen way stupider people behind the wheel of a car.
Than Woody.
Yes. Well, Woody didn't drive. Buzz drove.
I guess you're right. I mean,
Woody
Buzz
Woody
is
Woody was
pretty
already
stupid.
with. No, yeah, come on, but he drives spaceships.
Yeah, I guess you're right. He's pretty good at vehicles.
Yeah, come on.
All right. So Finding Dory comes out as a huge hit, and McLean goes back in there and pitches this fucking movie again, and then they're just like, all right, fucking
Yeah.
do it. Let's do it.
But COVID happened, and they were like, "All right, we got this guy. He's pumped."
Yeah, yeah. There's a streaming service now. We got content to make. Like, let's let this dude make his fucking passion project. So he's our director. He co-wrote the film with a fella by the name of Jason Headley. Uh, and he's a Pixar guy. He worked on Onward also.
Better than this movie?
Much.
Yeah, I agree
Much.
with you.
This is the worst movie Pixar's ever been involved in.
This is, by the way, the fourth one they've released since COVID.
What are the others? I think I feel like they're on a bit of a streak now. Like they for a few years there, Pixar was making just like exclusively bad sequels, and then all of a sudden they were like they had that new animation committee, and Lasseter was gone. They were starting to churn out some interesting ones like Turning Red and Soul and Onward, and now this. It's brutal. Onward was the last movie I saw in theaters before the pandemic.
Mine was Cats,
Nice.
or not,
Proud.
or maybe 1917. And Luca.
Ugh.
Luca was the other one.
Yeah, and that one's good too. Really good.
Yeah, it's good.
You aren't willing to submit to really?
I mean, I'm looking at my list. I don't have it like up with like
Oh, do you have
Coco.
a Pixar list?
Yeah.
All
I
right,
I
listen.
also did watch Turning Red yesterday.
Oh,
I watched
right.
half of it a long time ago and then stopped.
Listen. I did my Pixar list on this show, on I think like Order Up, whatever. Like I feel like I've done it multiple times on maybe
Mhm.
We Love Kids movies too, and so patreon.com/the franchise. So like I'm just gonna like not do it right now. You can seek it out. But Logan, let's hear yours.
Oh, well, you're not gonna like this, but all right, I think there's
I'm
been
not gonna like this.
no, I think there's been 26 of them.
How many have you seen?
I saw them all.
You've seen them all?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to really think about if I could like tell you about them, I probably couldn't tell you about Cars 3.
I think they're in England in that one.
Okay, I couldn't tell you that. Maybe not Cars 2. No, I
All
think I
right,
could.
give me the
All
list.
right, last place, Cars 2. That's the worst one.
All
It's
right,
just stupid. 25th place, I think it's Lightyear.
this is the worst one.
You think this is the worst one?
I think this is the. I've not seen Cars 2. I can't imagine it's worse than this.
Were there any like poop jokes in this one?
Listen, but like a poop joke would be something. I was begging for Larry the Cable Guy in this fucking
Yeah,
movie.
I mean, you're right. Like, it's just nothing. It's just like the most
If Mater
nothing.
showed up, it would have at least been something.
Well, that would have been really something. I would have loved that.
Yeah.
24, The Good Dinosaur. 23, Cars 3.
See,
22.
and think of Pixar's success rate. Like The Good Dinosaur is not even bad, and it's always
No,
that low
you guys
on
did it. You
people's.
you liked it
Yeah,
actually a lot,
I
kind
think
of.
it's fine, but it's always that low on everybody's Pixar list, and it should be. But it's just because like their success rate's pretty good, except for like some of the sequels and this piece of shit,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
22, Turning Red. 21, Brave. Turning Red is kind of like Brave.
Turning
20.
Red's better than Brave.
Okay.
I've never seen the whole thing of Brave, so I don't want to say that.
Okay, 20, Finding Dory. 19, Up. I'm sure people might have that a little higher. 18, Cars. 17, Luca. 16 is Onward. 15, Monsters University. 14, A Bug's Life. I love that movie. 13, Toy Story 4. 12, The Incredibles 2. 11, now 11 Up is like basically all
First
great.
of all, I'm not objecting to anything yet. Like this seems like a pretty thoughtful list.
It was thoughtful. 11, Coco. 10, Wall-E. 9, Soul. 8, Inside Out. 7, Ratatouille.
Inside Out 2 just announced this week.
I saw that.
Yep,
Yeah, that's exciting. Uh,
franchise. All right, sorry.
Ratatouille.
Number 6 is Ratatouille.
7. 6, Monsters Inc.
Okay,
6 and 5 was tough for me, but 5 I landed on Finding Nemo.
heavy hitters.
Yeah, really. 4, Toy Story 3. 3, Toy Story. 2, Toy Story 2. 1, The Incredibles.
Oh wow, that's so interesting. That murderer's row of Toy Story movies and then The Incredibles sneaking in there.
Before we did before I revisited this list, it was like right after Toy Story 4, and I had Toy Story 4 like 5th. I had them all back to back to back to back.
Yeah, yeah. But then you thought about Forky some more, and you're like, "Fuck it."
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Okay, so back to this shitty movie.
All right.
So it finally comes out June 17th, 2022. It has a budget of $200 million, and it kind of flopped, a rare Pixar flop. It made $226 million at the box office, which you'll say, hey, the budget was only 200. That's the production budget, my friend.
Yeah,
That
it's
doesn't
not
account
good.
for all the marketing costs and shit. And there were a lot for this movie. This movie was everywhere.
Do they pay Chris Evans to like market on Instagram? What goes on there?
Yeah, there's some of that going on, and well, it's built into his contract. I think they
Oh,
pay him
okay.
for the movie, and it's part of that.
Okay.
I wonder what Chris Evans gets paid for like a voice role like this.
He shouldn't have gotten paid at all for this.
It's so half-assed, isn't it? It's I mean, let's talk about it. That was like the big news when this movie was first announced. Like, it's not a movie based on the toy Buzz Lightyear from the Toy Story movies. It is a live God. It's so convoluted. Like, you can see this guy going in to pitch this to Pixar and them going like, "No, it doesn't make
It is
fucking
one of the
sense at all."
craziest ideas I've ever heard for a movie.
Yeah. So it's an animated movie that is a representation of a live action movie that Andy from Toy Story saw in the year 1995. And so the toy that Andy gets is like a tie-in to this movie, Lightyear, that we're watching now in 2022.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know this was a live action movie in Andy's world.
Oh, yes. Yeah. The idea was that this is live action, and then the Buzz Lightyear of Star Command cartoon that this director also worked on would have been like the cartoon that they put
Oh my
out
god.
around the time like the sequel comes
So the
out.
toy he gets is supposed to look like a real person, like a live action dude?
No, they said that the toy is based on the cartoon that's based on this movie.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean,
It makes you like Andy even less, right? That this is his favorite movie.
it just makes me like Pixar less. Like, what? How could you greenlight this?
It is interesting.
It's nonsense. It's fucking nonsense. Like all that drivel I just said. Like I'm a podcaster here, man. Like it's a kids movie. It should be a simple pitch. It's Buzz Lightyear the movie. Why do I have to go through all this meta textual nonsense?
At least they put thought into it.
They put too much thought. It sounds like he thought about this movie in like 1999, and like he's been thinking about it for 25 years.
You just want like the Obi-Wan Kenobi version of what happened to Buzz
I
between
don't
here
want them.
and here.
I don't want them to make this movie, but you know,
Right. But you just wanted adventure, like what happened between 2 and 3. That's what you want from Buzz.
maybe.
Okay. Taika
Uh,
Waititi's in this movie.
or like a Buzz Solo movie goes off on an adventure with Jesse. I don't know. Taika
Is he
Waititi.
solo if he's with Jesse?
Fuck off. Yeah, Taika Waititi. He's fucking ubiquitous these days. He's in everything, especially Rita Ora. And
You'll always go to that.
it's all I think about with him. I'm just like, every time I see him, I'm like, that dude cheated on his wife. I was watching Thor, the God, what was that movie? Love and Thunder. I watched that this weekend.
Yeah.
And
She's in
you know,
that?
he's the voice of Korg,
Oh,
you know,
right.
that rock guy.
Yeah.
And like I was listening to him, and I was like, hey, that voice, that rock guy, yeah, that guy cheated on his wife with Rita Ora.
Yeah.
That's all I'm thinking about.
And this is like that role, except he just got out of bed with Rita Ora.
Yeah. He might be recording these lines with Rita Ora's mouth on his dick.
You think he just like records on Zencaster and sends it over?
He might, who knows? They just flip those things out at this point.
Yeah.
Anyway, so right, Chris Evans. So they decided, because this is like a live action version, it wouldn't have the cartoon voice. And so, because Tim Allen is a comedy guy who's the voice, and famous snitch, who's the voice of Buzz in the Toy Story films, they wanted someone with more gravitas, so they cast Chris Evans, who played, you know him from all his memorable roles, like Captain America in the Avengers, and Captain America and Captain America the First Avenger,
God.
and
What
Captain
else? What
America
are
and
his other
Captain
roles?
America the Winter Soldier,
Scott
and
Pilgrim.
Captain America and Captain America Civil War, and Captain America in Avengers The Age of Ultron, and Captain America in Avengers Infinity War, and Captain America in Avengers Endgame, and Captain America in...
Was that real? Did you were those all different movies that you just said?
Yes.
Whoa. And Captain America from Thor the Dark World credit sequence, right?
Very true, yes.
Or was that in the movie where they're like walking around, he turns into, I think that might be in the movie where Loki turns into Captain America.
At the very end? No, I think that's credits.
Okay, that's credits.
I mean, it's been a while since I've seen that one.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, great stuff. So he's the voice of Buzz Lightyear in this film. And what'd you think of him?
I didn't like him.
Yeah. Yeah. See, the thing I thought was weird was that I thought he was going to really give his own take on the character, because why would you cast someone other than Tim Allen if they weren't going to do that? But it was almost like he was lowering his voice an octave in an attempt to do some sort of half-assed impersonation of Tim Allen. And I never thought I'd ever sit and stare at a movie for an hour and 40 minutes where like the main character is voiced by Chris Evans doing a Tim Allen impression.
If this was a movie based on Woody, they would have got Tom Hanks, right? Like, there's no way they're bringing in a new
I
guy
yeah,
to.
I think there's something. I do think like this is disrespectful to I mean, fucking I hate Tim Allen, but like I do think it's kind of disrespectful to Tim Allen 'cause I don't think they'd fuck around with Tom Hanks that way.
Yeah, would they ever do like a Darth Vader movie with Chiwetel Ejiofor?
What? Doing the voice?
Yeah, they wouldn't do that. It's James Earl Jones. He's that character.
Is James Earl Jones or bust, you
Yeah,
think?
that's the same with Tim Allen. Tim Allen or
Doesn't
bust.
James Earl Jones have some sort of kid who can take the reins? Because like when James Earl Jones was really young, like I remember his dad was still appearing in movies.
I don't know his kid.
I don't know if he has one. Did he not pass along that wonderful booming voice?
Oh, I don't. I never thought about it. I guess.
Well, I think about it because his dad was an actor. So like, where's this next generation of Earl Joneses?
Beats me.
Yeah, man, get on that shit.
Did you cry during the up sequence of this movie?
The up sequence. Yeah, it is that. What happens?
He keeps
It's
going into hyperspace and losing time, and she keeps
right.
aging.
Yeah, yeah, and she dies, right?
Yeah, not like a horrible. You say it like a horrible death, but she just like aged and died.
No, but I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the part of the movie that's trying to jerk your tears out. No, I just sat there in my fugue state, let it wash over me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right.
So I couldn't believe Zurg was such an important role in this movie.
Zurg. Yeah.
He was like this throwaway character from those Toy Story films, just like the framing scenes. And
Yeah.
then
Speaking of Darth Vader, I guess.
he was a character in that stupid cartoon that this dude worked on. I think that's the problem, man. That cartoon wasn't good. Like this dude's acting like everyone wants me to like revisit all the classic characters from that great cartoon, Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. But like, are there any kids? Like, you were the right age for that cartoon. You don't remember that shit fondly, do you?
Uh, I would say I think of it fondly more than I remember it fondly.
I guarantee if you sat down and watched that shit today, you could not sit through it.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, it
Yeah.
can't be. It's like probably like a 15-minute long episode. I could sit through that.
So now we're basically just doing like an adaptation of that piece of shit as like a $200 million franchise theatrical release. What are we doing?
Yeah, I agree with you. Did like the whole punchline of the movie work? I mean, I don't. Where like it's an old Buzz who kept going, and now he's old, and now he's Zurg, and now he's the bad guy.
If anything worked for me at all in the movie, I guess it's that. Because I did like the voice of the older Buzz.
Who was it?
It was fuck, I wrote it down somewhere. No, I didn't. I'm looking up on IMDb. I don't know.
Taika
It wasn't
Waititi?
Chris Evans, was it?
I have no idea.
All right, whatever.
Was it Taika?
No, it wasn't Taika. Was it? He's Mo Morrison.
It's taking you this long to look it up.
I'm on the page. It doesn't say. Maybe it
Neither
was
doesn't
just
say.
Chris Evans doing a voice, and I was
Oh,
impressed.
is it James Brolin? He's Zurg.
Oh, I guess because
James
Zurg
Brolin's still
turns out
alive.
to. Yeah, it's James Brolin. Yeah, so maybe James
I thought he was
Brolin's my
dead.
MVP. No, he's married to Barbara Streisand.
Okay. So Thanos' father and Captain America.
That's right. Very
Interesting.
true.
This was sort of it did remind me of Endgame how
Wait, he played Thanos' father in Captain America?
no, Thanos is Josh Brolin.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I thought that's what you were saying, but then I thought you were like, did he cameo? Like, that's a joke?
No, no.
That would be great. There was a little cute cat named Socks in
Oh, I
this
forgot
movie.
about the
It's
cat
like a
socks.
robot Socks, robot cat.
Whatever.
Did you like this?
Not
Now,
especially.
I hated the introduction of this character because to me it seemed that they would have had a toy of this, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It took
But
me out
Andy
of the
didn't want
movie.
the toy.
Yeah, but maybe the little girl. They probably dragged the little girl to
We
this.
didn't see every toy in Molly's room.
I guess you're right. Sorry.
Come on.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Um, and then there was Isaiah Whitlock Jr. from The Wire
Who the
as
hell is that?
Commander from he played Commander Burnside.
All right, I remember him.
Yeah. I like, why it's Burnside in the Civil War back when back when generals would have they didn't call them sideburns. That's a re-
I don't even know what this voice is.
they call them Burnsides.
What is
I'm
this?
so sorry. I just watched this Apple Plus show called Blackbird.
Oh, you
Okay.
liked it.
Yeah, I loved it. And Paul Walter Hauser, aka Richard Jewell, my favorite actor, he plays a serial killer in the movie, and that he talks like that, and he has giant sideburns that he refers to as Burnsides. And so when that word came up in this movie, I just wanted to do that voice.
Wow. I hope somebody got it.
Listen, they did it on the Emmys last night.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he came out and introduced an award and did the voice. So maybe I mean to be fair, the crowd didn't seem to know what was going on.
I was busy
But
watching
I
Pete
got
Carroll whoop Russell Wilson's ass last night.
Yeah, bro. It's true. Yeah, revenge, right? Against his old team.
I don't know how much revenge it was.
Revenge.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got on this?
Oh boy. I guess that's it. I forgot about the cat socks.
I don't care. I don't care anymore. Fuck this movie. Fuck it. I give it no stars. I I
Does that
awarded
ever happen?
No, I award it 1 star, of course. I feel like giving the speech from the end of Billy Madison. Like I award you 0 points, and we are all stupider for having listened to it.
Okay. I give it 2 stars. I thought they looked pretty good, kind of.
The animation was great. Always is with Pixar. I'm not giving them extra points for that shit anymore.
I will, because they took time on it. I feel bad giving them 1 star. It looks great.
1 star.
I like the part where he's flying, like Buzz does. That was pretty cool.
Sure.
All right, my MVP. I mean, can you go the animation? Can I do that?
I'm going with James Brolin.
Oh, James
You
Brolin. That's a good pick. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
James Brolin too.
LVP. Boy.
Taika? I didn't like Taika.
Yeah, fuck it, Taika.
All right, there
I
we
feel
go.
like Taika's like an automatic LVP and shit lately. He's got to stay out of movies.